Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
I'd go scrubby, scrubby, scrubby in the shower or the tubby. Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
Hi, I'm Miss Caitlin. I am one of the children's librarians at Skokie Public Library, and joining me today is
Desi.
And we are here to talk about the awesome power of
Soap.
It's amazing. Now, I think we've all been hearing a lot lately about how we are supposed to be washing our hands all the time. And while it is always a good idea to have clean paws, did you know that when you scrub up, you are actually doing chemistry? It's very cool, scientists. Now, before we get into all of that, I thought I would tell you a little bit about how soap is made. There are a number of different ways to do this, but most commercially processed soap is created by combining two ingredients. The first is
a fatty acid.
So something like olive oil or hemp oil, or you can use an animal product like beef tallow, and
lye, substance called lye.
A substance called lye. And when you squish those two ingredients together in the right amounts, it creates a chemical reaction called saponification, which to me sounds like a wizard spell.
Saponify.
Oh, it's amazing. So now that we have saponified ourselves some soap, let's talk a little bit about what happens when we actually lather up. So to me, it seems like the major powerhouse when we're washing our hands should be the running water. It seems like if I stick my hands under the water and I scrub them hard enough, that should be enough. Is it?
It's not enough, and here's why. Right here, we have a little bit of water here. I'm just gonna pour this in about to like there maybe.
Looks good.
And pour some of this oil.
Oh, you've got oil, okay. Huh. It's very bubbly.
About that much.
Okay. So what's going on here?
As you can see, the water and the oil don't mix.
I can see that, and that is also a cool experiment that you can do at home when you're learning about emulsification. But what's that got to do with hand washing?
Your hands have natural oil on them.
Oh, you're right. Our hands do have a natural oil on them all the time. And when you think about all the things that you touch throughout the day and all of the dust and dirt and oil that gets attracted to those natural oils in your hands and just stick there, we just saw what happens when you mix oil and water. We see that they do not play well together. So when you run water on your hands alone, you can imagine that maybe some of the stuff is going to get washed away, but the bulk of the junk that you've picked up throughout the day is just going to stick to that natural oil, which is just going to stick to your hands. And that's where soap comes into play. So we have another experiment to show you just how cool soap is. For this experiment, all you need is a bowl, some water, and you need a dark colored spice. You could use pepper, you could use oregano. In our case, we are using expired marjoram. And then we need the most important ingredient of all, of course.
Saponify. Soap.
It's amazing. So Desi, go ahead and fill this bowl up about halfway with this water.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay, keep going. A little more. You're good. All right, now you're gonna add in some of this marjoram.
I do think you should do this.
Okay, go ahead, sprinkle that in there. All right, we got it.
Looks like it.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more in just for effect. All right, and as you can see, it is just kind of hanging out there on the surface of the water. It's not really going anywhere. You can stick your finger in, you can swirl it around. It's just hanging out there on the surface of the water. But what happens when we add a little bit of soap to the mix? So go ahead and rub that together a little bit. I've just poured some plain old dish soap on Desi's finger. And then Desi, go ahead and stick it in the middle of the mixture. Amazing. Now what that has to do with is the way that soap interacts with the surface tension of the water. Now let me tell you what happens when you're actually scrubbing up your hands. When you put soap on your hands and you rub them together under the water, what you're doing is the soap is actually interacting with the natural oils in your hands. It is breaking those bonds, and it's allowing the oil, along with all the junk that is on your hands as well, to be broken up and washed away down the drain. It is very, very cool. It is a chemical process. Desi, how long do you have to scrub your hands in order for it to be effective?
About 20 seconds, I'd say.
20 seconds, that sounds like forever. If only there were a song that's real catchy that we could sing that would designate to us the amount of time that we had been washing our hands.
I think I know that song.
Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
I go sudsy, sudsy, sudsy as I scrub off all the mudsy. Oh, I wish I were a little bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
And that is the magic of soap. Thanks for watching, everybody.